Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Love Beyond Labels. The most frequently asked question when it comes to boys' love dramas is whether Soda's The Series was the most iconic BL drama ever made. Right at the onset, let me mention that the details given in this video are based out of my careful observation and opinions expressed here are strictly personal. If getting offended is your favorite pastime, I'd request you to not proceed further at all. Having watched many BL series, I was excited and equally skeptical about how this series will turn out since the time the trailers were aired. Also, in the very beginning of 2016, I had finished watching Chinese web series Addicted, also known as Heroine, to eventually bawl my eyes out and cry when season 2 of that series was cancelled. So, the expectations as to what GMM TV is going to bring to the table was fairly high among many international fans that are addicted or maybe obsessed with BLs. Now, before the series was broadcast, I decided to read the Thai novel to better understand the plotline and to see what changes the makers of the show have decided to do with the rendition. And this has been my practice ever since I started watching BL series because almost all the BLs are usually an adaptation from the novel of the same name. Take in case Thaan Type the series that was aired last year. The story belongs to author Mame, who was the executive producer of the series and the casting director as well. And for Thaan Type the series too, I first read the Thai novel before I watched the series that went on to achieve a cult status, taking Supasit and Kanawut to the height of stardom. For people that don't know much in detail about Soda's The Series, let me give a brief idea of what this series is all about. Soda's The Series that was broadcast in the year 2016 is a Thai BL boys' love drama produced by GMM TV, starring Prachaya Raungraj, Singto, and Perawat Sangpotiraz, Chris. The series went on to become such a huge hit, not just in Thailand, but in many other countries where it was watched regularly, that almost every time a new episode was aired, hashtags about the series would trend on Twitter and Instagram, and Tumblr would be flooded with snapshot images of the scenes from the episodes. And that's the exact reason it was then made available on Netflix, given the massive fan following the series garnered among the international audience in particular. The whole drama was primarily filmed in Thailand and was based on the Faculty of Engineering and the SOTA system, which is an acronym for Seniority, Order, Tradition, Unity and Spirit. It also talks about gear or cogwheel, which is the main symbol of the Faculty of Engineering since it represents strength and character, while also implying that the gear is one of the most important tools for an engineer. However, in order to get one, all engineering freshmen must first undergo the orientation program, which is a part of the SOTA system and considered to be the real test of their bronze, brains, and beauty. It is basically a story about third-year student Ahit, played by Christ, who is the head hazer and often abuses the power given to him by the SOTA system, making the freshmen do things against the rules. Basically, freshman students that have just passed out of high school are practically considered powerless by many, given that they have to adhere to every demand of their seniors, howsoever unreasonable they may be. But everything changes the day Kompok, played by Singto, enters into the otherwise boring life of the head hazer Arif. What starts with constant bickering and complaining between the senior and the junior slowly and gradually turns out into something rather more serious and sensuous as their relationship progresses further. The first 8 episodes of the series were aired between 20th of August 2016 until the 8th of October 2016. But after the passing of Thai king Bhumibol Adulyadej, the makers of the series were instructed to stop airing the episodes during the 30-day official mourning period. And therefore, the remaining 8 episodes were eventually aired from 19th of November 2016 till the 14th of January 2017. The season 1 that was supposed to be over by the beginning of December 2016 was delayed and pushed to 2017. And once season 1 ended, Soda's The Series followed up right after, showing the daily life struggles and romantic push and pull between the now head hazer Kong and his boyfriend Pierrit, who works as an engineer after having graduated from the Faculty of Engineering, where he was once a head hazer who fell in love with someone who's not just of the same gender but junior to him as well. And so does S the series, which was apparently season 2, reflected upon the lows and highs of a relationship between the same-sex couple that were way different to each other in terms of their personality. Since the airing of season 1 was delayed, season 2 was aired only after the completion of season 1, which was obvious. But I would certainly like to commend the makers of the show for not making the audiences wait too long for the second installment of this amazing series. To me, the show is truly iconic for very many obvious reasons. So does the series season 1 and so does S the series season 2 showed us how two people with a very different upbringing and contrasting personalities overcome the animosity and eventually madly fall in love with each other. In fact, this show goes on to show that SOTUS as a system isn't what it is as perceived by many non-Asians. And I can vouch for that because two of my cousins that are born and raised in Thailand are head hazers at the Faculty of Engineering, and they know how tough and equally competitive the whole orientation program is, which, by the way, nowhere is similar to ragging as many wrongly presume. In fact, the success of the SOTUS system completely depends on the university and the hazers that manage the whole activities, thereby grooming their juniors before they enter the big bad world of competition. Also, unlike some other BL series, the storyline focuses only on the main couple, though love blooms between other couples as well, which isn't focused on that much, luckily, given the fear that the main couple may be sidelined. In fact, Kong is one such character who is loved by many. The actor that played Kong, that is Singto, was straightaway catapulted to the height of success after essaying the role effortlessly on screen, though he had actually auditioned for the role of Arit in the very beginning, as confirmed by himself. Many people were very critical of Chris in season 2 since they thought that he wasn't that powerful on screen, unlike his co-star Singto. But I beg to differ because he was just essaying his role to perfection, which isn't actually a very playful character to begin with in first place. I'm not saying the character Arhat was the most challenging of them all, but the power-packed performance given by Singto certainly did overshadow Chris to a great extent. I always say fall in love with the person and not the gender, and in every way this show clearly reflects that. In the end, when Arhat confesses his feelings to Kong and accepts his proposal, Kong's best friend Aim questions him about his sexual preferences and expresses a certain sense of surprise, to which Kong coolly replies, "I'm not into men, I'm only into my PRL, who I like very much." I was absolutely stunned with Kong's reply because that is so true in the actual sense. Labels don't matter when one is in love. If you love someone, you love them sans any agenda. They may be of your own gender or otherwise. Frankly, it doesn't matter. What matters is love. Period. Come on guys, it's 2020. In fact, many things come full circle by the time you realize that you've finished watching both the seasons, because it shows how two young men stood against the pressures and fought their own insecurities to not just overcome the stereotypes but to come to terms with their own feelings and also get over the fear of being labeled by society. And last but not least, I absolutely love and respect the author of SOTUS, who, unlike many other yaoi authors, is rather down to earth and truly inspiring. To me, she comes first, followed by author Mame of Thantype. If you don't believe me, there is a fun interview of YouTube between Pierrot and Kong as conducted by the author herself, who wrote the two iconic characters that will forever be remembered. Currently, I'm watching Vayu the series, My Engineer the series, and End of Love trilogy series, and all the three BL dramas are based on the love story that blooms in the Faculty of Engineering, and I'll tell you the reasons why. Engineering theme might possibly remind a lot about SOTUS, which is true to a great extent. But having said that, let me tell you that engineering is one of the most opted courses after medicine in Thailand. And after the tremendous success of SOTUS, it has become even more obvious, resulting in incorporating the engineering traditions in the storyline of a novel, which is later on adapted into a drama or series. Mind you guys, the whole concept of string ceremony, the hazers, head hazers, getting the signature, the whole orientation program, all these are a natural part of the freshman orientation system in Thailand that may not exist in other parts of Asia, let alone the world. And I know about all these in detail because, as I mentioned earlier, my cousins had to go through the same initiation process when they entered college or faculty of engineering. And yes, SOTUS did inspire many authors and BL makers to use the premise of engineering. But I can assure you that engineering is one of the dominant fields of preference for most of the younger males aspiring for a great career. The male to female ratio is also skewed in most of the engineering faculties across Thai universities, resulting in the obvious blooming of love between two men pursuing the same degree. So, yet, though engineering remains the most popular degree in Thailand, the monumental success of SOTUS certainly sealed the deal in many ways. Basically, I can do a PhD analysis on SOTUS and yet never be convinced about how amazing the show was, and perhaps may go on and on and on about it. So, this is my short review about a BL series that, despite being broadcast almost 3 years back, is still remembered with fondness and will forever remain that way, having created history in the BL universe. By the way, you can watch the episodes of Season 1 and Season 2 on both YouTube and Netflix. And worry not, English subtitles are available for international audience to enjoy the show to the heart's content. Thank you so much for listening to me so very patiently, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Lots more awesome BL content coming up. Stay tuned for more. By the way, this is my original voice and not that of a robot. Bye bye.